La explicación. La explicación. La explicación. What does this mean? Sounds familiar, huh? It sounds like something in English. Okay, of course, this is a feminine noun, and it means explanation. Explanation. Okay, so both words look pretty similar, and you can remember explicación easily due to that, but just remember the pronunciation. La explicación. La explicación. And this one, of course, can be plural. Hang on, just let me do this. And remember to add the letter S. Las explicaciones. That's not what I wanted to do. Las explicaciones, and I believe you don't need the accent. Okay, when you have it plural, yes, that's correct. You don't need the accent. And of course, if it's singular, then you need the accent mark. Now, let's see what this means. I mean, not what it's... Let's look at an example. What am I saying? Okay. ¿Podría darme una explicación rápida de cómo funciona? ¿Podría darme una explicación rápida de cómo funciona? What does this mean? It's a long question, and it's an advanced question. I mean, it's advanced. It's not a basic question because it's long. We have a lot of words. We have podría, which is a great word when asking for something. But yeah, what does this mean? It's a common question as well in Spanish. So this means, could you give me a quick explanation of how it works? Okay, we're talking about something. It could be a machine, it could be some device or something like that you don't know how it works, and you are asking, can you explain to me how this works? Basically. So let's break this down. Let's see how this sentence works. Podría means could you, okay? So it's a polite way to say could you. So use podría. It sounds like I'm saying something else. It's like in Spanish there's a word pudrir. Pudrir means to rot. So I don't know why every time I say podría, it sounds to me like I'm saying pudría, because that's a completely different thing. But yeah, never mind. I mean, don't pay me attention about that specifically. It's just me. But podría means could you, and it's polite. If you're familiar with the person, like if you know this person, if that person is your friend or family, you can say podrías. Podrías is informal. It's not rude, of course. It's just informal. But if you don't know the person, or that person is, your boss, you should say podría. Podría. And that means the same thing. Podría, podrías, could you. And then when you say darme, dar is a verb and it means to give. And when you say me, darme, that means give me, okay? Give me. So that's what it means. But we have to pay attention to this, because in this question, darme works. When you say podría darme, could you give me? But if you say to someone, darme by itself, it doesn't work. For example, if you want to say, give me an apple, dame, you would say dame without the R, okay? So in this situation, as a question, podría darme works perfectly fine. But if you use it as a command, dame la manzana, give me the apple, dame las llaves, give me the keys, okay? So you don't need the letter R. So that's tricky, I know, it's tricky. Okay, una, you know what that means. Una means a. It's an indefinite article. Explicación, we have this word right here, and that means explanation. Rápida means quick. Remember, in Spanish, it's very common to have the noun and then the adjective. In English, it's the other way around, okay? For example, pretty face, cara, in Spanish is cara bonita. Cara, face, bonita, pretty, okay? So it's the other way around. Sometimes in Spanish, you can have adjectives before the nouns, but it's not often. It's not often, and sometimes it doesn't work. So just to be on the safe side, just put the noun and then the adjective after. Explicación rápida. La explicación rápida. The quick explanation. Explicación rápida, quick explanation. De cómo. Ooh, this is a great little phrase here. This means of how. Of how. Okay? So when you are asking for an explanation, you want to say, about what you want the explanation, right? In this situation, you want to know how something works. So de cómo is similar to of how, of course. That's pretty much the literal translation. De, of, cómo, how. Okay, remember the accent mark right here. Cómo. That happens when you have a question, by the way. And then we add the verb funcionar, conjugated, of course. And funcionar means to work. And in this situation, conjugated, it means works. Okay? De cómo funciona. Obviously, you can be very specific and say de cómo la computadora funciona, of how the computer works. So you can add a noun right here in the middle, and then obviously the verb. Okay? But if you were talking about a computer already, you don't need to repeat the same noun over and over and over and over. So that's why we don't have it here. Okay? Excellent. Now let's look at the next one, but just remember la explicación. La explicación means explanation.